On January 27, 2025, WWE's Royal Rumble event delivered a match that will be remembered for years, but not without its toll. In the final chapter of a thrilling night, two of WWE's biggest stars, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens, faced off in a brutal ladder match for the undisputed WWE Championship. However, what initially seemed like a grand contest for glory was transformed into a grueling test of stamina, pain, and personal sacrifice. The match was never just about the title. It was about proving who had the heart to endure the most, who would be willing to risk everything to ascend to the top. While Rhodes ultimately walked away with the gold, the cost of that victory was far more severe than either competitor may have anticipated. This match, a battle not just for a title but for personal validation, showed what it truly means to push your body to the edge, and how the pursuit of greatness often comes at an unimaginable price. Kevin Owens, the powerhouse, with a purpose. From the very beginning, Kevin Owens made it clear that he wasn't here to play games. His ruthless approach was evident as he immediately used the ladder as a weapon to inflict pain. Owens wasn't simply fighting for a championship. He was making a statement. The brutal fisherman buster he delivered to Cody Rhodes, slamming him onto the metal ladder, served as a painful reminder that Owens was here for war, not a title defense. It was a moment that echoed through the arena as the WWE Universe winced at the devastating sound of Rhodes's body hitting the cold, unforgiving metal. While Owens' power was undeniable, it wasn't just about using brute force. This was Owens making his mark, aiming to show the world that he was more than capable of taking on the best and walking out as the champion. However, as we would soon see, his path to the title was fraught with challenges, and the toll on his body was more than he may have bargained for. More than a title, a rivalry steeped in drama. The animosity between Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens ran deep, making this ladder match something far more significant than a typical championship contest. For Rhodes, this wasn't just about defending the undisputed WWE Championship. It was about proving that he had what it took to remain at the top. For Owens, it was personal. This opportunity had been a long time coming, and he wasn't about to let it slip away without a fight. Their history was riddled with tension, and both men had a point to prove. But in the heat of the moment, their rivalry escalated into something much more visceral. It wasn't just about winning the gold. It was about legacy, pride, and who would stand as the ultimate victor after all was said and done. The stakes were higher than ever before, and as both men began to lay it all on the line, it was clear this match would be a test of more than just physicality. It would test their mental fortitude and resolve. Ladder match madness. Where pain meets innovation. Ladder matches are infamous for their dangerous, heart-stopping moments, and this match was no exception. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens threw caution to the wind, bringing the match to a level of brutality and innovation that left the crowd in awe. The ladder, which is typically a tool for reaching the title, quickly became an instrument of destruction. Each blow, each slam, was another reminder of just how much these superstars were willing to sacrifice for a shot at the title. What made this match so different, however, was the willingness of both men to take risks that would make even the most seasoned veterans hesitate. Owens, typically known for his powerhouse style, surprised everyone with his athleticism. He launched himself from the top rope into a perfectly executed senton bomb, a move that shocked the WWE Universe. Owens, often associated with brute force, demonstrated his versatility, showing the world he could adapt his approach to any challenge. His agility in the ring, coupled with his raw strength, made him a formidable opponent. But Rhodes wasn't about to let Owens steal the show. With a high-risk crossbody from the top of a ladder, Rhodes matched Owens' daredevil moments, both men putting their bodies on the line for a shot at the undisputed WWE Championship. As incredible as these high-flying moves were, the match was also a sobering reminder of the physical toll each stunt would take on their bodies. The Alabama Slam, a moment to remember. While the aerial stunts were awe-inspiring, it was the raw power that truly defined the most iconic moments of this match. One such moment came when Cody Rhodes delivered a brutal Alabama Slam to Owens. With Owens on the receiving end, Rhodes hoisted him up and slammed him with incredible force onto a ladder placed precariously between the ring apron and the announcer's table. The sickening thud of Owens' body colliding with the ladder reverberated through the arena, leaving fans gasping for breath. The impact was so severe that many wondered if Owens could continue, but as expected, Owens fought through the pain. His resolve was unshakable, refusing to stay down despite the near-debilitating blow. But even as Rhodes delivered the punishment, he too was feeling the effects of the match. The Alabama Slam was not just a display of physical strength. It was a moment that highlighted the brutal reality of what these men were enduring. The path to victory was filled with moments of excruciating pain, and neither Rhodes nor Owens was exempt from the toll it took. Strategy, more than just muscle ladder matches, while often remembered for their high-flying stunts and violent collisions, are also strategic battles. The physicality is important, but so too is the mental game. Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens proved that this contest wasn't just about muscle, it was about brains. Owens, ever the tactician, demonstrated his experience by playing possum, feigning exhaustion to lure Rhodes into a false sense of security. As Rhodes approached, Owens sprung into action, catching him with a devastating superkick. However, Rhodes was equally sharp, and he countered with a DDT onto the steel ladder, leaving Owens gasping for air. This constant back-and-forth mental chess match added another level of drama to an already intense battle. The strategy wasn't just about using the ladder for attacks. It was about using the ladder to create opportunities, to manipulate the other's movements, and to capitalize on every moment of weakness. The final struggle, glory on the horizon. As the match neared its climax, both men were spent. The toll this battle had taken on their bodies was apparent in every labored step, every grimace of pain. Kevin Owens, desperate for the title, was just moments away from claiming the undisputed WWE Championship. His fingers brushed the gold as he reached the top of the ladder, but just as it seemed like the victory was within his grasp, Rhodes managed to summon a burst of energy. In a final act of defiance, Rhodes tipped the ladder, sending Owens crashing to the mat in a heap. The championship slipped from Owens's fingers, and the WWE Universe collectively held its breath. Rhodes, with every ounce of strength he had left, climbed the ladder one last time. Each agonizing step was a testament to his resilience, and with a final, desperate effort, he grabbed the title. The crowd erupted in a mix of elation and disbelief, knowing that this was the moment Rhodes had been fighting for. But even in victory, Rhodes was a man broken. His body was battered, bruised, and torn, a symbol of the price he had paid to achieve greatness. Owens, a loss with dignity. Despite his loss, Kevin Owens walked away from this match with something far more valuable than a championship. He earned the respect of everyone in the WWE Universe. Owens' refusal to quit, his ability to fight through the unimaginable pain, and his unwavering determination proved that sometimes the greatest victories come not from holding a title, but from the legacy you build through sacrifice. Owens may not have won the gold, but he had secured his place as one of the toughest and most relentless competitors in WWE history. In the end, it was Owens' character, his heart, and his fighting spirit that would be remembered far beyond this match. A legacy of sacrifice. The Royal Rumble. 2025 ladder match wasn't just a contest for a title. It was a reminder of the sacrifices that WWE superstars make in their pursuit of greatness. Both Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens laid everything on the line, knowing that the road to the top would come with immense pain and suffering. The scars they carried from that night weren't just physical. They were symbolic of the journey they had taken to reach the pinnacle of WWE. This match wasn't just about who won the gold. It was about what it truly takes to be great in the world of professional wrestling. It was about pushing past the limits of human endurance, fighting not just for a title, but for something greater: legacy, respect, and the heart to keep fighting when every instinct tells you to quit. For Cody Rhodes, the victory came at an extraordinary cost. His body, bruised and battered, was a reminder of the war he had just endured. The title was the culmination of years of hard work and dedication, but it came with the realization that greatness doesn't come easily. It requires sacrifice. For Kevin Owens, the title slipped through his fingers, but his resilience in the face of adversity cemented his place as a true legend. Sometimes the greatest victory isn't the one you walk away with. It's the respect and admiration you earn along the way. The Royal Rumble 2025 ladder match will be remembered not just for the action, but for the toll it took on the men who fought in it. It was a reminder that true greatness comes with a heavy price. Kevin Owens, the powerhouse with heart. From the very start, Kevin Owens made it abundantly clear that he wasn't in this match to simply compete. He was in it to dominate, to leave a trail of destruction, and to make a statement. Owens turned the ladder into a weapon of destruction, wielding it with the intensity and power of a man on a mission. But the brutality he brought to the table came with consequences. His devastating Fisherman Buster early in the match, tossing Cody Rhodes onto the ladder, sent a shockwave of discomfort through the crowd. Owens was sending a message, not just to Rhodes, but to anyone who thought they could challenge him. This wasn't just about winning. It was about asserting dominance in a way few WWE superstars could. However, as Owens turned the ladder into his personal sledgehammer, the question began to loom. At what cost would this destructive path lead? When Owens followed up with a surprising senton bomb from the top rope, it was a stark reminder of his versatility. But this came with risks. It's easy to get caught up in the spectacle of such an aerial move, but every high-flying leap comes with the possibility of injury. The crowd's reaction was a mix of admiration and concern. Owens was proving that he could do it all. But was the toll on his body worth the gamble? Even the most athletic powerhouses like Owens know that the high-flying moves come with a price, and that price could be more than just a momentary injury. Cody Rhodes, the daredevil who wasn't going down without a fight. Cody Rhodes wasn't just here to survive. He was here to prove that he could endure and conquer any challenge thrown his way. He was relentless in his pursuit of glory, mixing his natural resilience with high-risk maneuvers that had the crowd on edge. But while his high-flying style made for some jaw-dropping moments, it also left him vulnerable. Rhodes showed that he could execute a perfect crossbody off the ladder, but the sheer force of the impact left both men sprawled across the mat in agony. With every aerial maneuver, Rhodes was gambling not just for a highlight, but for his own well-being. And as the match progressed, the cracks began to show. The ladder, once a tool for climbing to the title, had evolved into something much more brutal. It became a weapon that both men used to punish each other, each strike and slam leaving visible damage. Rhodes's agility and daring maneuvers might have been crowd pleasers, but every time he launched himself off a ladder or into an opponent, he was putting his body at risk. This wasn't just a match for glory. It was a brutal reminder of the dangers WWE superstars face when they risk it all. The ladder, more than just a tool to climb. The ladder had one clear purpose: to help the competitors reach the title. But in this match, it was so much more than that. The ladder was turned into a blunt instrument of pain, something that both Owens and Rhodes wielded without mercy. Early on, the ladder became the go-to weapon, striking, slamming, and creating moment after moment of sheer brutality. Every time one of them was sent crashing into it, the impact was so jarring it made the crowd wince. The stakes were high, and the risk of injury escalated as the ladder continued to play an increasingly dangerous role in the fight. One particularly grim moment came when Owens delivered a ladder shot to Rhodes' face, a move that elicited a collective gasp from the audience. The impact was sickening, And while Rhodes powered through, the consequences of such a move were apparent. You can't simply brush off a blow like that without suffering some lasting effects, and Rhodes' body was beginning to show the toll. The longer they fought, the more apparent it became. The risks they were taking weren't just physical, they were existential. This wasn't just about fighting for a title. It was about testing the limits of human endurance. The Alabama Slam, a moment of pure carnage. When Cody Rhodes delivered the Alabama Slam onto Owens, slamming him onto a ladder wedged between the apron and the announcer's table, it was a chilling moment of pure carnage. The sound of Owens crashing onto that steel ladder was deafening, and for a moment, it seemed like he might not be able to continue. But Owens, ever the tough competitor, kept pushing forward. However, the damage was done, not just to Owens, but to both men. Moves like this aren't just brutal, they're dangerous, and while they create unforgettable moments for the fans, the physical cost of such moves should never be underestimated. The psychological weight of this match also came to the forefront. The Alabama Slam was a symbol of just how far these men were willing to push their bodies for the sake of a single championship. But with each monstrous slam, each ladder shot, the risks were mounting. For both competitors, the victory was important. But at what cost? Every high-impact maneuver that left one man writhing in pain added another layer of doubt. Could either of them continue, or were they pushing their bodies past the point of no return? A psychological game of chess. While the physicality was the most visible part of the match, the mental game played an equally important role. Owens's mind games were on full display as he faked exhaustion to lure Rhodes into a false sense of security. But Rhodes wasn't fooled, countering Owens's trickery with a DDT onto the steel ladder. The tension was palpable as the two wrestlers played an intense psychological chess match, looking for any opening to exploit. However, the more they relied on strategy, the more taxing the physical toll became. Each move, each counter, each trap set by one competitor took its own toll on their endurance and health. This wasn't just a battle of strength, it was a mental war, and both men knew that in a match like this, the mental game could be just as dangerous as the physical one. But in the heat of the battle, the line between strategic thinking and reckless abandon began to blur. They pushed their bodies beyond what they could handle, gambling everything for the sake of one moment of glory. The final push for glory, a leap toward destiny. As the match neared its end, the physical exhaustion of both competitors was evident. Every step, every climb up the ladder seemed like a monumental effort. Owens was within reach of the title, but just as he thought he had it, Cody Rhodes tipped the ladder, sending Owens crashing to the mat in a brutal, jarring fall. The sheer force of the impact made the crowd collectively hold its breath, wondering if Owens could even continue. But as Rhodes climbed, each painful step felt like a victory over the toll his body had taken. Finally, with every ounce of strength left, Rhodes reached the top of the ladder and unhooked the undisputed WWE Championship. The victory was hard-earned, but it was hard to ignore the damage it had cost him. Rhodes could barely stand, his body bruised and battered, a reminder of the price he had paid for the gold. His victory was a testament to his resilience, but it was also a cautionary tale. Was the victory worth the cost of his body? Was the championship worth the lasting damage he would have to endure? The aftermath, a price paid. While Cody Rhodes stood victorious, the price of glory was evident in the aftermath. His body was broken, dislocated shoulder, bruised ribs, and an exhaustion that no championship could fix. The toll on his body raised a critical question for the future of his career. How much longer could he keep pushing himself to the limit? The glory was sweet, but the pain would last long after the cheers faded. On the other side, Kevin Owens may have lost the title, but he gained something far more valuable: respect. Owens didn't just fight for the title, he fought for his legacy. His refusal to stay down, his resilience in the face of brutal punishment, proved that sometimes the greatest victories come not from winning, but from earning the admiration of the WWE Universe. Owens might not have walked away with the gold, but he earned a legacy that would forever be remembered. A legacy of sacrifice and glory. In the end, the Royal Rumble 2025 ladder match will be remembered not just for its incredible physicality, but for the sacrifices both Rhodes and Owens made to entertain the WWE Universe. They didn't just fight for a title. They fought for their legacy, for respect, and for the understanding that sometimes the price of glory is higher than we ever imagine. For Rhodes, the gold was the culmination of years of effort, but it came at the cost of his health and possibly his future in the ring. For Owens, the loss was painful, but the respect he earned would last forever. This match serves as a reminder that in WWE, nothing is ever truly guaranteed. Glory is earned, not given, and sometimes it comes at a price far greater than expected. Both Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens left everything in that ring, proving that true greatness isn't measured by the title you hold, but by the sacrifices you make along the way. And while the Royal Rumble 2025 ladder match will be remembered as one of the most intense, brutal bouts in WWE history, it will also serve as a cautionary tale about what it truly takes to be a WWE superstar, enduring unimaginable pain, sacrificing everything, and always leaving a piece of yourself behind in the ring.